Today we're going to take a look at the Ape Labs Connect, a wireless DMX transmitter for Ape Labs fixtures. But Daryl, wait a minute, you don't own any Ape Labs fixtures. Why in the world are you reviewing a DMX transmitter just for Ape Labs stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me just pull up my Ape Labs Connect app and just show you. Ta-da! We're going to talk about the Ape Labs Connect not only as a wireless DMX transmitter, but rather how you can use it as a light show generator for non-Ape Labs lighting fixtures using their app. Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here, welcome to the channel. And a huge shout out to djsupply.store.com for sending this to me. And at the time of making this video, this goes for $399, but use my special discount code SAVE to save some additional money. This is my first Ape Labs product review, so please show Ape Labs that you found this content useful, helpful, or entertaining by smashing like and clicking on that link below where you can check out more information on this Ape Labs Connect. Let's get back to the video. I've had a lot of people that run lighting for their DJ business or bands about recommendations on a really simple lighting solution that is preferably app controlled. And I think that this is it. I think that this is a really cool solution that's really easy to set up, really reliable. And this app you can download from the iOS App Store or the Android App Store, and you can operate this on a tablet or even just your phone. But before we dive too deep into this app and this lighting setup I have behind me, let's go over the Ape Labs Connect itself. So this is the Ape Labs Connect 2.0, and it comes in IP gray or cream, like in my case. It has a built-in battery that can last up to 50 hours per charge in normal usage. And as mentioned, this acts as a bridge between your lights and the phone app. But for Ape Labs lighting fixtures, it has a range of 3,900 feet if you have great line of sight. It operates on the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum to connect to the app as well as your lighting fixtures. And if you're trying to connect to lighting fixtures that aren't Ape Labs, then it has DMX input and output. So if you're wanting to connect to Ape Labs lighting fixtures using a third-party software like Wolfmix or SoundSwitch, you would connect to the input right here. But if you're wanting to connect to your lighting fixtures using the Ape Labs Connect app, you can use your favorite DMX cable or wireless DMX transmitter. So yes, I'm connecting a transmitter into a transmitter, but it is what you have to do, because all of these lights behind me, again, are not Ape Labs. So this is pretty compact. It's 4.9 inches wide and tall and 1.9 inches deep. And it only weighs 1.9 pounds. So really portable, but it feels really solid. It's really well constructed. So when you purchase yourself one of these Connects, in the box you get these antennas, which I have already taken the liberty to attach, a quick start guide, a QR code for the Android and iOS app, which are free by the way, and a charging cable that has a little LED indicator letting you know if it is charged or if it's full of charge. So let's take a look at the actual unit itself. So on the front right here has DMX in and out, and not much going on either side. Then on this side, this is where you attach the antennas. This is where you charge. This is the power button to turn it on or off. And you can access extra functionality by long pressing this button for a certain number of seconds. I had to do that right when I got this for a firmware update. And then on the front here, there's this clear cover with a few LED indicators. So you have a wireless indicator, you have a Bluetooth indicator, you have a battery indicator, and you have an indicator for each of these four groups. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down, and I'm gonna talk about the app and then how I set up all of these lights and how you can set up your own lights and the limitations. So this is the Ape Labs app. You don't necessarily need to purchase any hardware to download this right away and play around with it. So I'm gonna go on the top right here to connect to my Ape Labs Connect. It shows me it's connected. It shows me that I have 98% battery. And so there's a lot of different settings here. So you have to go to ApeDMX to control other DMX devices with this app. So you have to enable ApeDMX, which is off by default. So right here is a list of different devices that are compatible to use with ApeDMX. So this works particularly great for washes, PARs, pixel tubes. If you're using the pixel tube like in a non-pixel mode, it has to be like a single channel. ApeDMX can do chases now with their neon picks, but it only works with the neon picks for now. So basically you have to choose one of these profiles that you want to use, and note that your light might not match perfectly. For example, look at this Hex 6 channel one right here. it assumes that your lighting fixture is red, green, blue, amber, white, and UV. So a lot of the lighting fixtures I own have the white and the amber mixed up. So it's not a perfect mapping, but it's still pretty good and it still works. And so basically you have to find which lighting fixture you have, which profile you want to use. And then below you have different DMX addresses. And maybe I will just display these on the screen for all y'all. So for example, if you wanted to use some PARs and only use the RGB mode, these are the DMX addresses you'd have to set per group. Because if you assign your different lighting fixtures to different groups, then that gives it a little bit more dynamics and you can do some pretty cool stuff. So you have up to 4 groups of control. You can see my setup right here. I have 4 different groups. So yellow, green, red, and blue. So I'm using this 6-channel mode for all of my lighting fixtures. So this is the both lighting IR4, the same as the Rockville RF4 Make 2. And so notice that it's on channel 85 in 6-channel mode. And that is why it is this color, because that's what I programmed for that particular scene. So this is the both lighting spider wash. I have it on brightness 1, by the way, because it's battery operated and it's just way too bright for this demo probably, but pretty good for the real world. Again, I have this on DMX channel 85 on 6-channel mode. Again, all these lights have built-in wireless DMX receivers, and they are connected to that Donner wireless dongle that I have coming out of the Ape Labs Connect. They're not connecting to the Ape Labs Connect directly. And notice that my totems are green. That is because these are assigned to group 2 on channel 106. Again, 6-channel mode for these PARs. And so this is the both lighting 360 pixel tube, the Titan tube, and I have this connected on, I believe this is for group 3. I have this connected to group 3. And so this is on channel 127, and I have this in 5-channel mode. So again, we're listening to like the 6-channel mode. So it's not a perfect mapping, but it's still pretty good because it always ignores the amber and it always ignores the UV. And lastly, I have this 360 pixel tube on channel 148 in 5-channel mode, just so I can control it independently from the other tubes and they can all do different things. And I'm going to show why in the demo. And just to be clear, these lights do come with their own app. They have built-in Wi-Fi connection, but you can only control one light at a time and it is pretty limited. So something like this gives you that really cool app workflow, but makes it a lot easier, a lot more flexible. So we're gonna go over the different screens of the app. So there is a nice little color wheel, and as you can see, all of the colors are responding to my finger. And so notice there's 5 boxes up here, and I can select whether I control all the different groups or I can just choose one group. So yeah, notice group 1, those 2 front PARs and those spider washes on top of the totems. Let's just keep that on blue. And then for group 2, notice that it's just my totems that the color is being controlled. Let's put that on green. So group 3 are some of the tubes. Let's change those to this shade of tan. And then group 4, as you can see, they are red, but I can change their color and let's keep it red. You know, group 3, let's make that green. Group 2, let's make that yellow. Okay, there we go. Change the colors a bit. And so there's some other functionality. And so again, you can control how each group behaves. So I'm going to select all the groups so I can black out. So everything is blacked out. And there's strobe. So engages the strobe, and to disengage it, I click it again. Sun icon, this controls the brightness, so I can bring down the brightness. And so I could potentially bring down the brightness of just one group of lights. Maybe those spider washes should have been on their own group so that I could bring those down, and have that be controlled independently from the booth parts, which, you know, that's pretty easy to change. I could do that. And so this clock icon, it kind of acts as a pulse. And so the more I adjust it, the more it pulses. And then down here, you can control whether it reacts to the sound active of the lights or the connect. So here I'm just tapping this, and you'll notice that it's like reacting and it's fading. But yeah, notice that this like scale right here, this was reacting all on its own without any sound input. But when I have it on one of these sound active modes, or Ape Labs dubs it MusikMode, notice that the fade is a lot quicker the higher this number is. So that's the most, it's just like a quick flash, and then all the way down, it's a little bit more of a slow fade, and then at 0, it just takes its time as it fades. And also note that right now, when there is no input coming, it's not all the way off. It's like a dim blue, and so that when I press it, it hits a little bit harder. And so this is just kind of nice so that your dance floor lighting is never like all the way off. So that is pretty cool. And then at 0%, it will fade all the way to 0. So you can choose that behavior. Personally, the way I program my lights, even in my light show, I mostly default to this behavior. So that's really nice detail that Ape Labs has included in there. And something interesting you can do too is that you can control like the sound active behavior, all the different groups of lights independently. So I could have one be 0% with a bit of a quicker fade. And it's not listening to the built-in microphones of any of my lights. So I think it always will default to this Ape Labs Connect. But I noticed that it's doing all different things, and that's where you can really create a pretty cool dynamic light show. And so everything is a little bit asynchronous. Not everything isn't in unison, and that just gives it a more dynamic light show feeling. So yeah, that's really cool. And so if you're not wanting the lights to be reactive to the music, you can just put that back to off, and you can choose like a really chill color. And so something really cool about the Ape Labs app is you can choose custom colors. They even have like a browse community colors. So like neutral white, warm, dark amber, rosa. I mean, this is really cool because you don't have to download these colors. You can just preview them right before you commit and download them. So I'm going to download this one. And of course, I think a lot of these colors are optimized for Ape Labs fixtures. The PARs I'm using are pretty inexpensive, and they don't mix color as well as some of the nicer fixtures. And of course, you can create your own colors. Oh, the preview isn't active. And if you find a color you really like, you can share with the community. That is pretty cool. And so while you can control all of your lights like pretty dynamically, you might want a little bit more like set it and forget it capabilities. So you can do something called create a program. So you can choose which groups it affects, and you can like preview that. So you can choose like different colors. So let's do something really simple. And you can control like how long it fades, how long it holds. You can preview the program. And so you can see it goes through each step, and it holds it, and then it fades for 1 second. And then you can name it, you can duplicate them, you can copy them. And so as you can see, I created a few other programs before making this video. And so now you can create a scene. So a scene is where you can change all the colors, and you can adjust some of those like sound active settings. Here's a good wedding formalities. So you click play, and that's all there is to it. Actually, it looks pretty good. And notice that there's no sound active, no sound reaction going on. And this is the scene that I used when I first started my video. So again, not a whole lot of sound reaction going on, but different colors to highlight the different groups. And then you can have it be a little bit more sound reactive as well. And one of the secret sauces for Ape Labs to have it feel more like a DMX-like show is to not have the fades and the timing be all the same. So if they're offset a little bit, it'll create a cool effect. Let me save that. Let me press play. And then as you can see, each group is doing their own thing. So yeah, pretty cool. And I can adjust this as well. So I could have have group 2 do something a bit different. You know, I don't like that strobe. I'm gonna turn it off. But yeah, for a quick flash, that's actually kind of cool, where you can strobe just one group. So let's give that a try again. Also worth mentioning, there are community scenes as well, and you can preview them as well. So I'm just tapping to move the scene. So, oh, if you have black space, it kind of fades to black. So that's kind of cool. All right, what are my thoughts on the Ape Labs Connect? The app, the hardware, the ecosystem. So I am a fan of this actual piece of hardware. It's really robust, yet really lightweight. I'm a big fan of anything battery powered, so I love that you don't have to plug this in. To be honest, I wish I could say the same for my Donner dongle. I don't have to tie it down with a battery bank. The controls and the design is very simple. You just have a few LED indicators on the front, as well as a single button on the back. Part of me wishes that there were more robust controls that I could just quickly glance at and configure or see the status. But this is really designed to be used with your app. And with the app, you have a ton of functionality, a ton of control. So I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah, I love the battery life on this. This is unreal. So you're not going to get any battery anxiety at your gig. You know it's just going to last the duration of the gig. And if you really forgot to charge it, then you have like a battery conservation mode, which I didn't really dive into the app, but just know that it's there. I'm a fan of the app. It's pretty intuitive and it's really easy to configure and create some pretty cool stuff. I love that there's community colors and community programs, and I love how easy it is. And I forgot to mention that you can collapse your scenes so that it's easier to view all of them and you can just quickly go through them all. I don't see a queue list. That might be nice so that it can just kind of cycle through a set of scenes. That would be a cool feature to see. So yeah, one of the quirks is that every time you turn this on, you have to re-enable ApeDMX. I think for a lot of people out there that just want a little bit more control, but don't want anything too fancy, I think this is a great solution. You know, you just push a button for wedding formalities, your lights are good to go. You need to tweak it a bit. You want like those spider washes to be a bit dimmer. You can just easily adjust it and there you go, they're dimmer. So I think that is really cool. Having all these 4 different groups is really nice. And then when it's time to dance, you can just choose one of these scenes and you know your lights are dynamic, they're moving. It's pretty cool. That said, I think there are limitations to this. I think a lot of times people outgrow Ape Labs. I think some people want more functionality than what the Ape Labs Connect app can deliver. So that's when they start looking for like other DMX solutions. The types of fixtures you can control really are limited to like washes and pars. You saw the fixture list. Those are the only types that you really can control. You can't control moving head spots, washes, or anything like that. And it wasn't even a perfect mapping for my lighting fixtures that I have behind me. And you can't control like more complex lighting fixtures like pixel tubes, unless you get the neon pix. That said, I still think that this is a great solution for what it is. And I know a lot of people at some point they start wanting to implement more complex chases and do more with their lighting. So that's when they want to maybe get a more complicated DMX solution. And the Ape Labs Connect is still good to have because Ape Labs makes high quality hardware. They have good tubes, they have good washes, good pars, cans. You can use this as a DMX transmitter to connect to all of that with your preferred DMX solution. And again, huge shout out to DJ Supply Store for sending this to me. And you can check them out in the link in the description below, and check out DJ Supply Store in the link in the description below. And make sure if you do get yourself an Ape Labs Connect, use code SAVE to save some additional money. What are your thoughts on the Ape Labs Connect or just the ecosystem in general and connecting to non-Ape Labs fixtures? Let me know down below, and please smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.